Biswajoy sir, you have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
I have been connected with the education sector right after my maybe graduation or just after completing my post graduation. What keeps me connected is basically the students. It is uh, it is maybe one and only factor. Might be one and only factor. Because when you grow students, when you are developing a product, you're basically developing that product only. That product might be obsolete at times, maybe 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, 50 years down the line, the product can be obsolete. But when your products are students never become those human beings. When those students actually develop, when they start developing something, they never become obsolete for the world. They are the manpower. They are the only thing who can develop, keep on keeping the nation moving, keeping on the economy moving, keeping on the world moving. So it is the connect with the students, and I believe that the institution I have been in, right in the IEM and UEM group, there the students have been so good. The students and the teacher relation have been so good. They have always kept me moving. They have always kept me. I've always tried to do good for them, and they have helped me a lot in trying to do good for them. So that is the only thing that keeps me in this industry, and I really like this education sector because of my students.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So, being the Vice-Chancellor of UEM Jaipur, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Leadership style, actually, see, I should not focus on I on this part. The entire management or the entire group of visionaries in this IEM and UEM group, we always believe that we have to look 10 years, 20 years down the line and give our students those things which they need. I'll try to explain with an example. Say, that industry is moving on towards Industry 4.0. So what is this industry revolution? What is this revolution 4.0? It basically means that all machines in the industry will be replaced by intelligent machines. Now, when it is replaced by intelligent machines, it means the intelligence part of the human being will not be needed to control the machines. The machines will be able to control themselves. So, our students who are basically now needed, at this moment they are needed to run the machines or to operate the machines, will actually be needed to develop those intelligent machines. How? By knowing AI well, artificial intelligence well, by knowing machine learning well, by knowing Internet of Things well, by knowing cloud computing well. You as a person in maybe in Collegedunia, would you like to go to your industry, go to your company every day now? Won't you like to control your system sitting at your home? What does that mean? It means that you need the help of Internet of Things. You need the things to communicate with one another. So we have been, for the last 2 years or 3 years, maybe in 2000, right from 2017, if I remember, 2017 end, we changed our syllabus, and in the syllabus we incorporated artificial intelligence, we incorporated machine learning, we incorporated Internet of Things, we incorporated all those things which are needed in the coming 10 years. So my leadership, if you talk about the leadership as a whole in the Institute of Engineering and Management at the University of Engineering and Management, it is always focused towards developing the future leaders or developing the people who can actually be the future leaders or who can actually lead this industry or lead this industry 4.0 where they will come in at the moment.
Interesting, sir. Interesting. So, I would like to know more about how does the curriculum of UEM Jaipur ensures the best practices in the industry?
Curriculum of UEM Jaipur, I will say, it is a unique thing. Though I will not say it is the only university who is following this. There may be 3 or 4 more other universities, or maybe 6, 7 might be. other universities in this country who is following this, but we are following it with full passion, with full dedication. There are universities who are following it and also questioning it, but we are doing it with a full passion. What is that? We are following a syllabus which is choice-based credit system. See, I will try to explain you this thing a little. Say a particular student, if he today calls me up and says, "Sir, do you provide me BTech CSE with a specialization of artificial intelligence?" I will say, "Yes, we provide." If he asks me, "Sir, do you provide a syllabus for BTech CSE with specialization in machine learning?" I will say, "Yes, we provide." Now a student calls up, a third student calls up and asks, "Sir, do you provide BTech CSE with a specialization where I can do both AI and ML specialization? Obviously part of artificial intelligence and a part of machine learning. Not artificial intelligence fully, not machine learning fully, but part of both. Do you provide?" I will still be able to say yes. Why? It is because of the concept of choice-based credit system. I will not provide you the specialization. You can yourself choose the specialization for you. How? How is it possible? It is possible, again I will try to explain with an example. See, we have got in BTech, if you consider, there are 8 semesters. In every semester, you have got around 5 to 6 subjects, which means you have 40 to 48 papers in your 4 years of BTech life. Now, these 40 to 48 papers are divided in the 8 semesters. What we have done is, we have made these 40 to 48 papers open. Now the students can choose which paper he wants to study in which semester. We don't have 40 to 48 papers, we have around 80 papers. Students can choose 40 to 48 papers out of that 80 papers, and which paper in which semester, that the student can also choose. This is called choice-based credit system. Now there is a small clause over here. People ask me, when I say this thing, people ask me, "Sir, how is that possible?" Because say for example, I will try to explain, say digital signal processing, if I want to take, then prior to that, I need to learn control systems. So how is it possible that I will choose digital signal processing first? The answer is that choice-based credit system will give you all the subjects open, 80 subjects open, you choose 40 to 48 subjects out of that, but every subject has got a prerequisite. For learning digital signal processing, you have to learn control system first. For learning control system, you have to learn maybe signals and systems first. Before learning signals and system, you have to learn digital systems first. So you cannot choose DSP, digital signal processing, in the first semester. Before choosing DSP, you have to learn control systems. Before learning control system, you have to learn signals and systems. Before learning signal system, you have to learn digital system. So in that order, you can choose. So in the first semester, you choose digital systems. In the second semester, you choose signal systems. In the third semester, you choose control systems. In the fourth semester, you choose digital signal processing. But still, you are learning digital signal processing within fourth semester. If your career is like that, if you want to choose your career, that you want to be an expert of digital signal processing, then also you are learning digital signal processing in fourth semester, which others are doing maybe in the 8th semester. That way you are guiding your careers towards the path you want. So your specialization is in your hand. That is the specialty of the curriculum of UEM Jaipur. And this is not only for engineering, for MBA, for other factors. There is one more specialty. I will answer this because this question that you, though it was a small question, the answer is not so small. I'm sorry for taking long time. There is one more specialty. It is one more specialty of this of our curriculum. We incorporate the training of government-oriented exams in our syllabus of all subjects, of all courses. In all the semesters that you appear for, say in BTech, you are going for 8 semesters. we teach them one paper related to government oriented exam every semester. So at the end of the 8th semester, a student has gone through 8 papers which is related to government oriented exam, and we teach them as if it is incorporated within the syllabus itself. Now somebody might ask me, but sir, I don't want to do a government job. It will also help you for other papers, like other exams like GATE. It will help you in exams which will be maybe government job oriented. It will help you in exams which will be private job oriented. It will help you in other exams also. It is basically a way to prepare you, which is very unique to our UEM Jaipur curriculum. So I think
Yes.
I have answered quite a lot.
No, sir, no, that's quite insightful. So I would like to know any insights on how your university could be more welcoming to the students of different races and different backgrounds.
Yes. See, for example, students who are, say, not in science background, students who are in, say, or in science background itself, maybe they are more intended towards biology. For that, we have got a paper, we have got a subject or course, which is BPT, Bachelor of Physiotherapy. Now here I would like to point out, everybody over here would agree that, see, this medication world, or maybe the world of allopathy, this is facing a problem of maybe overburden. Because right now so many people are moving in towards this allopathy medicines and all. We are falling short of doctors, we are falling short of medicines. But Indian medicines, maybe like Ayurveda or maybe other sectors of Indian medicine, they are getting some focus now. People are moving towards that because of this saturation. Now, what I can say is, this physiotherapy is something people have been relying, especially in this COVID world, and also prior to that also. You could see in the last 3 to 4 years, physiotherapists were having their own clinics, which you did not see maybe 10 years back. But last 2 to 3 years, you are seeing physiotherapists having their clinics. People, instead of going to a doctor and then getting referred to a physiotherapist, is going directly to a physiotherapist and getting treated. In this COVID world, physiotherapists are suggesting few physiotherapy which will be helping you to keep well in this world without catching the infection, without catching the disease. They are suggesting several ways, so people are moving in. So that is a subject we are providing. BPT, Bachelor of Physiotherapy. So those who are in biology, they can definitely opt for this physiotherapy course, BPT course, which we provide. And that is something I would say would help them to maybe become a doctor also, because nowadays you can write doctor in front of your name if you are a physiotherapist with a PT at the back. You can write a doctor, but at the end you have to write a PT. So in that way, physiotherapists are also gaining a lot of respect nowadays, because believe me, in other countries I have seen that physiotherapists are often given more respect. The reason being that they treat without medicine. So that is one sector. Other things I would say, like somebody who has got science, but say for example, or maybe commerce also, but does not have mathematics. Now suddenly after class 12 he feels that I am very good at computer programming and I want to go towards this cloud computing, or I want to be a cloud computing engineer, I want to be an IoT engineer, I am very good. Now the problem he feels is that he did not have mathematics in his class 12. I think again you will agree that after class 10, students often are not in a position to judge whether they should choose which subject or which subject they should not choose. So often they make a mistake of not choosing mathematics. They say, mathematics is not my ball game, let's get rid of it. By the end of class 12, we understand, yes, mathematics was never my ball game, but I'm a very good programmer and I know how to deal with machines. I can do IoT. I can be a very good cloud computing engineer, but how to become an engineer? for them I suggest that you please go for BCA course. BCA. In BCA, you can have mathematics if you had computer applications or maybe computer science oriented subjects in your class 12. Then you can also go for BCA without mathematics. That way, in 3 years BCA, after 3 years BCA, you can also become a cloud computing specialist, you can become an IoT specialist, or maybe after BCA, if you go for a MCA, which is of 2 years now. MCA was previously 3 years, now it is of 2 years, as per directive of the statutory bodies. So you can do MCA. So in 5 years, instead of 4 years you would have taken for BTech, in 5 years, you become exactly equivalent to a BTech and get all those jobs which a BTech engineer does. Also, if you are in commerce, you did not have computer applications, you did not have mathematics, you can go for the BBA course. So that gives you to become an industry, that gives you the opportunity to become an industry leader. And I think you agree with me that if you become an entrepreneur, then you have to be an expert of everything. An entrepreneur cannot say that I don't know cloud computing, I do not know economy, I do not know finance. No, you have to know everything. Otherwise, you cannot come to industry.
Yes, sir. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. So, what do you think should be the UEM Jaipur's top priority over the next 10 years?
Priority for the next 10 years for an educational institute is always to be in line with the industry. See, first and foremost is to judge what this I should not say post-COVID world right now, maybe the COVID world, or maybe the post-COVID world after a few days from now, or a few months from now, or a few years from now. This is to judge that which sector will pick up. See, I really believe that IoT, AI, machine learning will pick up. See, one thing we have to understand that people have become very, afraid of catching the infection. The one point I would like to point out over here is doctors will feel a big relief if they find that they do not need to touch the patients often. Maybe a robot can do that for them, and it is being practiced in many hospitals, even in Rajasthan over here. In SMS hospital, it is being practiced that a robot is carrying platelets for the patient. So maybe in the coming 10 years, artificial intelligence, machine learning will take a big peak. Another thing, another point of priority, I would say, see, our UEM Jaipur has always been known for automobiles. How? Because our students have been developing racing cars in their own workshop. They have been developing ATV, all-terrain vehicle in their own workshop. They have participated in international competitions running their own car and have won 12th position in all over the world. So we have been known in India for this automobile sector. I would like to point out one thing in front of you. I will take this opportunity. See, you agree with me or you don't agree, you don't like it, you like it. But one thing, it is true that the emotion or the sentiment of people is going against China. You have to, see, this is something you may not like, you may not like. But it is a truth. Emotion of people, sentiment of people is going against China. People are trying to avoid Chinese products. Now, in this world where we were all thinking of moving towards electric vehicles, more because we have started loving our environment. See, it's not so. You have also started loving your environment. I have started loving the environment. I have started loving the sky. I have started loving this clear sky now. So in this world, more we may be intended to moving towards electric vehicles. Now, prior to these electric vehicles, we were all dependent on China to produce. But in this world, in this COVID world, we might think that India will come up with automobile industry. India will come up with electric vehicles themselves. So maybe that is one sector we will look upon in a big way. Automobile sector, producing our own electric vehicles. We have started the process. We have been doing it for a while now. Another thing I would like to point out. So automobile is one point. I would definitely look upon to that. AI is another point. Machine learning, IoT. Another thing I would like to point out is that we would, as a whole, not engineering, be it MBA, be it BPT, be it BCA, BBA, all our courses, we are moving towards aligning with the industry. See, in the last 2 to 3 years, we have produced machines for the industry. We have converted many machines of the industry to automatic machines, to automated machines, I would say. We have automated the machines of industry for the last 2 to 3 years now. We will be focusing more on that in that 10 years, because in coming days, studies will be aligned with industry. Maybe industry people will come more to the campus and impart the training to the students, so that they can, when they come to the industry, they are already a part of it. Maybe out of this 4 years, about 1 year of time combined in different phases, 1 year of time, students will already be working in the industry themselves. So when they join the industry after 4 years, maybe they will be having 1 year of experience. So we will be focusing more on that. We'll be focusing more towards giving the students industry experiences prior to joining the industry.
Sure. What do you see as UEM Jaipur's greatest strengths?
Greatest strengths. Maybe I'm getting a bit repetitive. Strengths are our students. Strengths are our students, no doubt about that. If I talk about, I will just take a minute again, maybe to praise my university. Please don't take it otherwise. Praise my university means not praise my university. Praise my university students. Our students in the last year, they actually acquired 123.22% placement. Now, how is that figure? What is this figure? How is it possible? It is possible because if you divide the number of job offers by the number of students opting for placement, then this figure is 123%. How it comes to? Because the number of job offers are much more than the number of students opting. There was one student who got 7 job offers last year. So there were many students who got 2 job. Most of the students got 2 job offers. Many students got 3 job offers. Many got 4. So that way this figure came to see. This year, till now, till May 15th, again in June 15th we will calculate. In May 15th, the figure was 116.73. And this year, the highest job offer acquired by a student was rupees 72 lakhs per annum. Though it was in USD, 72 lakhs per annum was the highest job offer. So I can say that, what more than that, we are riding the success of our students. The greatest strength is our students. Our students are acquiring that success. And we have been able, through our culture, I would say that in many universities, you will feel that maybe at the top level, the top management, the top trustee might not be, or the top owner might not be an educationist. Over here, top to bottom, every person, the person who started, every person in the trust, every person in the board of management, they are themselves educationists. They are engineers, managers, they have done engineering, they have done their studies abroad and all these things. So we are always focusing towards academics and an academic discipline. So our strength is also the academic discipline. If you come to our university at 9 o'clock, 9:05, you will find many students waiting outside the gate. Like a school, you will find students are waiting. Students have not been allowed to enter because we train them that you have to be. It's like an army thing. You are trained to enter right at 9 o'clock. That is the discipline you have been in. You cannot enter at 9:05. You have to enter at sharp 9 o'clock. If you cannot enter, you have to miss that class. Maybe in the next class, if the class teacher allows, you can enter. But right now, you have to wait outside. So that is another thing that we put in our students. Now, many people also say that, is it a school? Or you are behaving like a school? I ask them, yes, you might say it is like a school, but what happens in an industry? Will the meeting personnel allow you? Will your boss allow you at 9:05 if he has given the time of 9 o'clock? So it is not only school, it is also an industry. And industry also does like that. We are training our students to be in the industry right from the beginning. Then again, if you come at 9 o'clock, you will see all students aligned together. They are doing the morning prayer. After the morning prayer is over, they are entering. And when you enter the college, maybe at 10 o'clock, You will not hear a single pin drop. It's a pin drop silence. And you will ask me, sir, is it a holiday today? I'll say, no, it's not a holiday, but it's our culture. Our students are all absolutely in a silent ambience. They cannot talk. They just absolute silent ambience. Again, they will talk. Again, they will interact. At the end of the class, they will interact. They will ask questions. This is another strength. And one last strength I want to point out, though maybe I am taking a bit long again. See, we always follow in active learning. And what is that? Active learning means students, when they come to class, they learn a topic. After learning the topic, they go back to their places and try to experiment on that or try to develop something using that. Ours is reverse. We also call it flip learning. It is a practice all over the world. In flip learning, what you do is all the topics that you will be teaching next day are given in YouTube or in internet. Students already see that and then come to class. They are already coming prepared to the class. In the class, we are discussing how to use that to develop something so that you actually become a person who is needful to the industry when time matters. See, our industry people always say when they take our students start delivering right from first day. I say it is because they have been doing it for the last 4 years. So that is the reason behind it. Sorry, I have taken a lot of time.
No, sir. No, great. So, what are some of the biggest challenges you see for the higher education in general?
Okay. Can you come?
Yeah, sure.
Again,
so I'm saying, what are some of the biggest challenges you see for the higher education in general in India currently?
Challenges for higher education. See, challenges for higher education at the moment is to suit to the needs of the industry, which will change. We really don't know how these hotels will survive. So suppose, in universities providing BHM, they will have to think that how the hoteliers will be used. So maybe the hotels will come up very soon. Maybe it will take a lot of time. So if they come up soon, well and good. If they don't come up soon, then I really don't know how it has to be adapted. Then, for example, people must understand the economy and the finance. What happens often, people pass out, they are engineers, they proudly say, I'm an engineer. If you ask the GDP of the country, they don't know. What is the meaning of, what is the difference between GDP and maybe per capita, they will not be able to answer. So this is something people will have to understand now. If they don't understand the economy, they will not be able to survive in this COVID world, because they will have to analyze accordingly and work accordingly. They will have to produce accordingly. So it might also happen that the industry will shift. Industry will totally shift to something new. So for the coming 2 years, people will have to maybe learn. Maybe coming 2 years is not the time to work. Those people who are passing out BTech or maybe passing out or maybe graduating, even if they get the best of job, maybe the coming 2 years is the time to learn, because you have to learn how the industry is going to change. Because now you can start a job and the job requirement might totally change. There will be a huge shifting. The case is, the experts are saying there will be a 30% shifting of jobs. But that might also be a small figure. That might be 70% also, the shifting of jobs. So I'm not sure really. So the higher education, that is the biggest challenge for the higher education, to understand the needs for the coming 2 years. The needs will have to be reanalyzed, totally reanalyzed. What needs are there in the industry, and the starting of new courses also is a challenge. Which course is needed? That is also a challenge. Maybe for the medical sector, those universities who provide medical courses, they will have to analyze that this medical world may totally change. People's behavior or people's reaction to medicine might change. So how that will change, how to train accordingly, how to teach the doctors, future doctors, that is also a challenge. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I could not answer your question that well, because believe me, if somebody answers your question wholeheartedly, answers this question wholeheartedly, then he might be doing some injustice, because really believe me that nobody is in a position to answer that right now. That is the challenge itself. That itself is the challenge, that we are not in a position to understand that what is our challenge or what is our What should be our goal in coming 2 years?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the candid answer. Any suggestions you'd like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Aspiring students, I would say, see, this is the best time for joining a university or whatever your education. See, the thing is, I told you in coming 2 years, you really don't know, your parents don't know what is going to happen to the industry, how the industry, it is up for a big change. And believe me, most of the experts will say it will go for a positive change. Not in 1 year, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But there will be a V-shaped recovery. Most of the experts are saying it's a V-shaped recovery that we will see. And economy will very soon be revived. That is the expert of most of the people. So it will be revived very soon. But then again, you have to wait and watch. So this coming 2 years, the best time for you is a university. So even if you are graduating, the best time is a university. Spend 2 years in the university, learn something new, and learn something which you feel is the best for you. If you are an engineer, then go for all this I've said, all the sectors I have mentioned previous to this. If you are maybe some other graduate, maybe you have done your BBA, then why not complete the MBA now? An MBA with some specialization, MBA maybe in finance. To understand the finance and economics is a big challenge now, because if you don't know finance and economics, industry will not prefer you. Industry will need people who can give them suggestions. See, many consultancies will open for sure. Many consultancy firms will open for sure, because all industries will need consultancy to suggest to them how to revive the economy. So consultancy firms are a big way to do. So you have to learn the finance, you have to learn the economy. So MBA might be a very, very good choice for you at the moment to understand the finance, understand the economy. And this is my suggestion. Come on, be prepared for what the whole world will be seeing in coming 3 to 4 years. For that, university is the best place.
Thank you so much, Professor Biswajoy, for sharing your valuable thoughts. I'm sure most of the students would find this helpful. Thank you for taking time out and joining us in the Collegedunia Thoughtful Leader series.
Thank you so much.